Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 6, The Liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Text 173. जीवेर देहे आत्मबुद्धि से ही मिथ्या है, जगत ये मिथ्या न है, नश्वर मात्र है. So, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is continuing his analysis of the principles of bhakti. And therein he states, Jivera dehe atma buddhi sei mithya hai. So, just as what is illusion? Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pointing out the valid and the invalid applications of the conception of illusion. So he states that a valid example of illusion is when the soul thinks of oneself to be the body. The soul is spiritual, and for the spiritual soul to think that I am the body, that is illusion. Jivera dehe atma buddhi sei mithya hai. This is mithya. The soul is real, the body is real, but for the soul to think I am the body, that is an illusion. And this is a valid application of illusion. But if suppose somebody starts saying the soul itself is an illusion, the body itself is an illusion, that's not true. When a person is watching a movie on a TV or on a movie screen, the person really exists, the movie screen also really exists. But the person's infatuation, obsession, misidentification with the character in the movie and the subsequent panorama of emotions that person goes through, those are illusion. So similarly, so here also in this particular example, that the body is not illusion, the soul is not illusion. The soul's misidentification with the body is illusion. That is a valid application of illusion. But to say that because a person watching a movie goes through various illusory emotions, to say that everything is illusion, to say that not only the emotions the person is going through are founded in illusion, but that the person and the movie and movie set and the movie theatre, everything is illusion, is actually itself an illusion. So similarly, this sort of categorical branding of everything as illusion is a blunder. It's a blunder in reasoning, and it's a blunder that runs contrary to common sense and experience. Jagata ye mithya na hai, nashwar matra hai. So Jagata ye mithya na hai, that the world is not illusion, it is temporary. Nashwar matra hai. It's temporary. So, misidentification with the characters in the movie is not illusion. Is the illusion. And it's illusion because those characters in the movie are going to be there just for a few hours, and they're actually to get caught up in them is pointless. So the problem with the world is that it is temporary. While it is there, of course it is real. What comes from the supreme reality, what is one of his energies, that because supreme source is supreme Lord is real, he's the topmost reality, so what comes from him is also a reality, and the reality of that needs to be recognized and acknowledged, and that's what is being done here, or that's what is being asked for over here by the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't misapply the concept of illusion. So now, how do the Mayavadis interpret? They say that both, it is not the perception that is the illusion. So the perception is the illusion. For example, the soul to see a good looking form, and so the soul to think that, oh, this form will give me enjoyment. That is an illusion. But for the soul, but the form which is there, that form is not an illusion. The soul itself is not an illusion. So what the impersonalist says, no, it's not only the perception that is the illusion. They say the perceiver and the perceived, everything is illusion. So when they say Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, when they say that, okay, if you see attractive form and then you go into illusion, then it is that form is the illusion. Your conception of yourself is also an illusion. And enlightenment means all this is exposed to be an illusion. And then you will become enlightened. However, such a conception of enlightenment raises the question, who will be there to rejoice the joy of enlightenment? If we no longer exist, say our sense of I-ness comes from our individuality. Now the problem is that our individuality or our conception of our individuality is expressed presently at the material level. And we need to understand our conception of individuality at the spiritual level. But till we understand that conception, it is important to recognize that rejection of all individuality is not the solution. So, if we consider the perceived and the perceiver, both are illusions, then the mistake with that is that who is it that will rejoice the realization of enlightenment? Because ultimately, there will be no I left. Because the I will merge into the cosmic I, and then our sense of existence as a distinct individual will no longer be there. So if whatever is conceived of as liberation in the impersonalist sense, if that involves the dissolution of our sense of I-ness, then that is not a liberation that I am going to enjoy, because I won't be there to enjoy it at all. I won't be able to there to rejoice or relish it, because the very conception of I is going to get dissolved. So the perceived and the perceiver are not illusions. It is the perception that is the illusion. So a man is real, a woman is real. Real in the sense that there are real souls who are having real bodies, which are really entangled together, at least at that present time. Now what is the illusion is that when the man sees the woman and starts thinking that, oh, this woman will become the source of my lifelong happiness. Or the woman looks at the man and thinks that this man will become the source of my lifelong happiness. That is an illusion. So, if we misdiagnose the nature of illusion, then we will misprescribe the solution too. So that way, with the misprescription of the solution, we may end up creating a problem worse than the original problem that it was intended to solve. Bhaktisaraj Thakur gives the example that once there was a boy who had sore eyes and he couldn't see properly. It could cause him a lot of pain trying to see, and even then his perception was inaccurate. So one uncle came and said, oh, he's not able to see and eyes are causing pain, just pluck out the eyes. And another uncle came and said, oh, this boy is not able to see and that is causing him distress and that is causing you distress. Just kill the child, you'll be free from all misery. So, that is not the solution. Neither are the solution. These two solutions are, in a rough sense, what impersonalism and voidism propose. Impersonalists propose that because our sense perception of the sense objects is the cause of illusion, therefore we should reject our senses and we should reject the sense objects all as illusion. In fact, we should reject all forms and all sense objects as illusion. And that is like, because the eyes cause pain, just pluck off the eyes. And because the forms belong to persons, so we should reject all persons also. And voidism holds that now the very existence itself is the cause of suffering. So we should dissolve our existence, and that's how we'll become free from suffering. Now both are solutions that actually worsen the problem. Plucking off the eyes will make the child permanently blind. Killing the child will deprive the parents of a child at all. The solution is that the child's eye has to be treated and cured. There's a cataract which is causing the trouble in perception, and that cataract needs to be removed. So like that, we need to clearly understand that what is exactly the illusion and deal with that. So the illusion is the conception that we are enjoyers independent of Krishna, and that the perception of the objects of this world as enjoyable is the illusion, and that illusion can be cured by re-envisioning the objects of the world in connection with Krishna as his energy meant to be engaged in his service. And by that perception, the very objects that are the sources of illusion will become the the pathways to purification. By engaging the worldly objects in Krishna's service, we will move onwards towards Krishna by the steady practice of bhakti and become progressively enlightened and liberated. Thank you.